The battle at the Fist had unsettled Raewyn. She had suffered defeats before, but not against a fairy tale, not against a myth. This was different. This was terror, horror. Those of her company that survived still bared the scars of the event, both mental and physical. The flames and warm wine stoked their internal fire, but that was not all that troubled Raewyn Celtigar. The death of the young wolf, the brutality of the event, and the betrayal. The Lannisters, through the proxy of the king, now held dominion over much of the Seven Kingdoms, a fact that should have seemed welcoming to Raewyn. She was in the pocket of the Lannisters after all, but it had the opposite effect. Was she complicit in this slaughter? It did not sit well with one who was coming to understand honor. The massacre at the Twins would send ripples throughout all of Westeros, and with the cold winds blowing from the far north, chasing Raewyn across the wall, she dreamt of the warmth of the east again. Perhaps it was time to put this war of kings behind her. And while the temptation to turn tail and run was there, Raewyn saw the faces of the Night's Watch. They were broken, defeated, and with a new Lord Commander, uncertain, while she wanted to leave. Put the uncertainty behind her. There was yet more trouble brewing beyond the war. A supposed king, and at the behest of the new Lord Commander, Wellesley St. The services of Raewyn and her company would be required once again. Kia ora, guys, gals, and legionnaires. Raikon here, and welcome back to Raewyn's Tale. We are here back at the wall with a Raewyn that is in recovery mode at the moment. A Raewyn that's actually leveled up once since we have seen her last as well. So we're going to go ahead and I think this is going to end up going into Iron Flesh. You know what? We were wanting to do riding as well, so we'll get riding up a little bit further. But more importantly, yes, we are here at the wall, at the behest still of Janos Slynt. I am very much in the camp of Raewyn getting out of Dodge, leaving all of this behind, because while the Westerlands have gained a large amount of territory and have really gained control of the Seven Kingdoms, that expanse and exactly how they managed to defeat the North really doesn't sit well with Raewyn and much of her company. So serving Tywin still is an issue, one in which we have one outstanding task with Tywin. Whether or not we're able to successfully achieve that remains to be seen, and a fair amount of our party is actually made up of Westerland troops. Well, it was. It's not so much anymore. We do still have some other companions to train up, but we do also need to talk to Janos Slynt, who is riding around outside here. So, let's do it. Let's ride out. We will have a meeting, then we're going to have to try and recover at Castle Black. That, and we're actually going to have to try and see if we can maybe get some troops from the surrounding towns, because our numbers have dropped dramatically. Janos, let's see what you have to say.
Well, Raewyn Celtigar, what is it?
Let's see. Here we go. I heard you call for my assistant, my band. What is it that you want now?
Bide your tone. I'm the king's friend, you know, and the lord of Harrenhal. That Robb Stark was an insolent well. I'm sure like his father. But look where it got him. Consider that a warning. While the savages roam beyond the wall, we need to focus on our defenses, so I've sent for all the men from Eastwatch by the Sea to join us, but Cotter Pike hasn't returned any of our ravens, hoping we'll be overrun so he can get elected Lord Commander, no doubt. But I'm acting Lord Commander now. That blind maester says you're good in a fight, Raewyn. Are you good with words? Can you convince Cotter Pike to bring his men here?
I suppose I could. It is the least I can do to help you and your brothers. I must beg my leave.
Of course, Raewyn Celtigar. Farewell.
Well, he's a real prick, isn't he? Well, we aren't doing this so much to help Janice Slint out. Eastwatch by the Sea. Let's start riding on over. I think I would like to try and stop by some of the other towns, though, see how we can do. We do have some supplies to try and sell off, but really, there isn't anywhere around here that we can sell off anything that we have gained so far. So we'll see what we're able to accomplish. Queensworth. Who can we recruit here? Let's see, can we get... no, I don't think we can. Interesting. We'll go ahead and meet with the village elder here. Yeah, I don't actually think we can recruit from these towns, which kind of makes sense. Yeah, well, I guess we'll have to go on towards Wall here to see if we can get any joy. Yeah, here we go. 3 northern levies. It's better than nothing. We definitely need to increase those numbers, that's for certain. Ormstead, we might not be able to. We could get lucky. We will give it a go. But yeah, I think that Molestown, Sheepwood and Queensworth are probably not going to be able to recruit anyone, which is a little unfortunate, but what can you do? Yeah, nothing that we can do there. That is that. Without us riding all the way down, it's going to be a little bit troublesome. So, we are going to upgrade some of our units and ride on out towards Eastwatch. Alright, we have arrived. Let us approach the gates and hail the guard. We are going to request entry into the castle. Let's have a walk around the courtyard to start with. We're looking for Cotter Pike, and we can see that, yeah, we are on the very edge of the wall. And they have a way up here as well. And, well, boats, so that they can actually defend the harbour. Or try to, at the very least. I'm thinking Cotter Pike is more than likely going to be in the actual hall. Present guard. And that leads to the dungeons. Interesting. And it's locked. I see. Well, for now, we are going to go to the Lord's Hall and see if we can track him down in here. If he's not here, he might still be in the field somewhere. It looks like these are all just regular rangers. Alright. You are not here, are you, good sir? Nope. Just all rangers. We could just talk to you. No, do nothing. Well, what we can do is upon leaving, we can go into notes and just see if we can find out where he was heard of last. So looking at characters, we can see our renown is rising up a fair amount, but we're looking for Lord Cotter Pike. Let's see. You are not under there, so you might actually not be listed as a lord. It might just be you that you're under Cotter Pike. Yes, that is the case. Okay, so you were last seen between Queensworth and Molestown. It's 1 day old. Okay, so around this region. We actually probably rode right past him. So, yeah. We'll see if we can track him down. Well, looking around, and I have actually been looking for a while here, we have met a man on the road that tells us where to find a band of travelling mummers recently arrived. We decide to demand tribute, help them on their way, give them a gift, or attack the caravan and steal their wares. We're going to help them out. You know, winter is on its way. Honor and fame are important, and we're actually getting a fair amount of it, which is fantastic. I don't know if we've been able to see our honor yet, but here we go, riding along the wall here. We've been able to find him quite close to Janice Slint, in fact, which, who knows, I don't know why he couldn't have a chat with him. But here we have Cotter Pike.
Do I know you?
My name is Raewyn Celtigar.
At your service.
I am Cotter Pike, a vassal of the Night's Watch and Lord of Eastwatch by the Sea. I've heard talk of you, the woman who knows how to fight like a man. What is it?
Janice Slint sent me.
That snivelling worm. Yes, Harmune has told me about his letters. Lord of Harrenhal. He is as much a lord as Harmune is a sober. There'll be an election when all this is over, but Janice Slint will never be Lord Commander. Tell him that. And tell him there's no such thing as acting Lord Commander. Anything else?
No, I believe that will be all. Okay, well, at least it's going to be nice and convenient for us to ride back towards Janice here.
We meet again, Raewyn Celtigar. What is it?
Pike says no.
That bastard. And you're in league with him, I'll wager. Try to usurp my command, I won't have it. I was commander of the Gold Cloaks and Lord of Harrenhal. I have the king's ear. You lie through your bastard's teeth. Well, I will not suffer it, I will not. You might have fooled this crippling maester, but not Janice Slint. Oh no, Janice Slint does not swallow lies so easy. Did you think my skull was stuffed with cabbage? Go off and scurry to your blind maester, Raewyn Celtigar.
I wish the horses could just stop. It's just so present and just constant.
Alright, Janice, we're going to have to return to Maester Aemon. Let's see, back in Castle Black.
So, that wasn't exactly successful, to say the least. Oh, this is the Nightfort. Oh, the Nightfort's ruins. Interesting. Well, I guess while we're here, we could explore. Oh dear, what has happened here? That is a fair amount of blood, and I don't know if that's willingly placed blood, or what the story is there. We've got cobwebs around, kind of all over the place here. We'll see what else we can find. A very empty and barren room, okay. Nothing for us here, really. Oh, okay, we hear a scream from the other side of the door. Okay, that's a little concerning. Let's maybe just be prepared for that. Hello? Can I hear a scream from the other side of the door, but I can't do anything about it. Okay. What about up here? Oh god. Okay, something is trying to break down the door. Yeah. Maybe we're meant to just leave that alone. I think we might have dead inside here, quite possibly. Right, we can hear the faint sound of a woman screaming. Okay, I see. And that might be it. We're gonna head back down here to see if there was anything else. Perhaps about this. No, there is no other door. Just cobwebs. Okay. Now, I don't know if we have actually finished exploring this, or not. We have looked around pretty much everything. And yes, that is a human skeleton that's in the fireplace, so... Oh, assortment of instruments used for torture. The cold has preserved them, and if he remains the last victim, unfortunate enough to be strapped there. Yeah. Okay. Well, that's not nice. Let's carry on our way back towards Castle Black and away from the Nightfort. The experience is nice, but, yeah, a little chilling, to say the least. Let's go ahead and request entry into the castle, as we're pretty sure we know where Aemon is. You are inside. Oh, you are inside. Fantastic. Let's have a chat then.
A grim task, Raewyn Celtigar. The wildlings outnumber us 100 to 1, and Mance Raider was never one to lack resolve.
What has happened?
Lord Slint has asked young Snow to talk to Mance, and parlay, as he calls it. I doubt very much that it is the right course. Why parlay when you're assured of victory?
I think Slint has darker motives than that. Despite all of his talk of being acting Lord Commander, Slint does have his rights. I am a maester, sworn to serve and counsel. It's not my place to question the decisions when they have been made. And with our Master-at-Arms being behind him, Slint has the final say on what happens from here on. John will talk to the king beyond the wall. What will happen from there will happen. But I would rest easier if I knew he had a companion on his quest. Join him, Raewyn, if you would. Please, watch his back.
Watch the back of Jon Snow as he goes to parlay with the king beyond the wall. Dangerous? Very dangerous? Let's see. I'm assuming Jon is going to be here somewhere. Talk to Jon Snow in Castle Black. So he might actually be in the Lord's Hall, or he might be somewhere else. We'll go ahead and move back into the Lord's Hall, and yes, he is awaiting us here. Jon, my good boy, let's have a chat.
Sometimes there's no happy choices, or honourable ones, Raewyn Celtigar. Only a less grievous one. It was honourable to stay here, while Rob marched south, but it wasn't a happy choice, and they killed him.
I'm sorry, if that counts for anything. But what now?
There's no shame in fear. My father told me that. What matters is how we face it. What if your fear is dishonour? We go to meet the king beyond the wall. We serve the realm. We keep our vows.
Very well. I will help you keep these vows, Jon. We'll ride out together in the morning. And that, it seems, we are right away. Trudging through the tunnels of Castle Black, you and Jon enter the frosty lands beyond the wall once again. The air is cold, and a slight fog lies over the tree line, visible in the distance. We're going to continue to the wildling camp. Oh, this is going to be interesting. I imagine many of the band aren't happy to be on the other side of the wall again. Following a small trek, you reach the outskirts of the wildling encampment. Cooking fires amid a greasy fog, and everywhere are signs of a people on the move. This isn't merely an encampment for an army. As you get closer to the camp, you are met by two Thens, who take Jon to see Mance Rayder, while you are left to your own devices. You are in the middle of Mance Rayder's camp. Great. That's exactly where we want to be, and I'm very glad that we are fully decked out in our armor. We can see a group that's very far in the distance. You know what? I actually want to go straight towards that because it's the furthest thing away. And wow, that is a absolutely ginormous weirwood tree. And I am guessing this is a weirwood tree as well. They can't really do the red the same way in this, it seems, or rather the red's a little bit toned down, but very cool all the same. And we can see a interesting structure in the distance out here. And I'm wondering whether or not this is the camp of the Thens. And we might see some interesting happenings over in this direction. We have a large mammoth skull and a few human skulls. I'm glad to see that it is just animals that are strung up over there. We do have some writing here, but doesn't seem to be anything that we're actually meant to be exploring. Nevertheless, we will move towards this large shrine of sorts. But again, I don't think this is exactly what we're meant to be checking out. It will be the other direction, and so we will start to head off that way. And we can see the first of some people here, and it is Tormund Giantsbane.
A crow, another one. I feared I'd see the last of Jon Snow, and here comes another one more.
Who are you exactly?
Before you stands Tormund Giantsbane, tall talker, horn blower, and breaker of ice. And here also, Tobin Thunderfist, husband to bears, the mead king of Ruddy Hall, the speaker to gods and father of hosts.
Okay, well, many titles. Interesting all the same. Thank you, Tormund, for your introduction. Let's see who else we can find in amongst the tents. We have someone over here. Let's have ourselves a wee chat. Harmer Dogshead. A weak southling. Go away. Alright. Okay. We are definitely from the south. That much is true. And who do we have over here? Not Mance. We have Varamir Sixskins.
Once a horse is broken to the saddle, any man can mount him.
What?
Once a beast has been joined to a man, any skin changer can slip inside and ride him. Auril was withering inside the feathers, so I took the eagle for my own. But the joining works both ways. Auril lives inside me now, whispering how much he hates Jon Snow, and I can soar above the wall and see with eagle eyes.
Right, okay. Interesting. I don't know how much credit Raewyn puts into all of this, but we have fully explored the camp at this stage, so we're going to see how the meeting went with Jon. Okay, we are going to continue. Suddenly, a lone war horn is heard in the distance. You turn towards the tree line where you see a mass of men clad in black drawing arrows. Soon, wildlings are running around you, stricken down by a rain of black-fletched broadheads. Running for cover, you hear distant shouting. As it gets closer, you start to hear the hoofbeats of horses. Suddenly, a large force of mounted knights can be seen charging over the hills, bearing red and yellow banners, embroidered with a flaming heart. These are the banners of Stannis Baratheon, the Lord who is currently, has dominion over our home territory and is the liege lord of our father. Join the attackers. This is going to be very bad for us. I'm actually going to try and see if we can keep this on our back. Where are some cavalry? Over here. Okay, I'm going to run towards you right now and try and get away from everyone that is trying to attack us, because I'm pretty sure everyone, yep, we have a lot of wildlings behind us, and by a lot, just listen to that screaming. That we do not want to be dealing with. So, yeah, if we can make it over towards some friends, I'm doing quote unquote here, that might actually help us out. But there's so many of the wildlings here that this is, this ain't going to be no easy task, that's for sure. Let's stay moving for now. You're maybe troublesome. Good miss. Nice strike. Okay. Okay. This is good. This is good. Good and bad. I feel like Raewyn is incredibly confused in this melee as to who is actually friendly and who's an enemy, but with her armor, she's certainly going to look friendly towards these knights. Dragonstone knights riding in. Well, this isn't exactly what we anticipated. And we're victorious. We gained some renown, we survived, we really didn't do much there at all. But we got something out of it. We got some fur bundles, which, you know, they're going to be better than some of the crap that we have, like those leather gloves, for example. The iron pick that we found is still worth a whole heap. I'm not sure why. And obviously we still have these pots of wildfire, which I wasn't able to do anything with, which is very unfortunate. Very, very unfortunate. But we definitely want to get those fur bundles. Heavy spear apparently still worth quite a bit as well. Yeah, that really can't be all that great, all that grand. The tough decisions, right? I think keeping a fair amount of food in here is still worthwhile, especially because of the event that it came with. I just feel like it's probably important for us to do that. We're going to take the jar of honey, but the rest can probably stay here. Thick leather work and stuff like that. Yeah, what can you do? Staring through the smoke, you can make out the shapes of a few wildlings still fighting off in the distance, but slowly the sound of clashing arms disappear. As the air clears, you look over the field of battle. The dead are everywhere. The rest fled through the forest, and while it's too cold to catch fire properly, the arrows of the attackers have set fire to small parts of the camp, and the stench of burned leather is everywhere. Through the smoke, another wedge of armoured riders appear, on barded horses. Floating above them are two large banners, royal standards as big as sheets, a yellow one with a long pointed tongue with a flaming heart, and another like beaten gold with a black stag prancing and rippling in the wind. As the riders charge past you, you start to walk back to the wall. Wow, that's a long walk back, and it seems that we have made it back. Okay, where are we at in this? We are to talk to Maester Aemon. We're very lucky to still be standing after that. Very lucky. Into the castle and to the Lord's Hall. There you are, Maester Aemon. Let's have ourselves a talk.
Your choosing is never certain, Raewyn Celtigar. Sometimes the gods see fit to surprise us. I think they've done so today, though I wonder if they did not act through a vessel.
What has happened?
We have a new Lord Commander, elected as number 999 from a line stretching back to the Age of Heroes. I've served under 4 Lord Commanders, Raewyn Celtigar. Brighton Rivers disappeared during a ranging. Lord Commander Corgil died of an arrow wound. Lord Mormont died by the hands of his own men.
Brighton Rivers. Interesting. Just a common name? Or maybe it is. I mean, it's Rivers. Rivers is a pretty common name.
I pray that Lord Snow will find a kind of fate, though I very much doubt it. Serving can be a hard burden, but I say that leading is another matter entirely. My grandfather once likened it to juggling scorpions while having to stroke a sleeping lion. You're also a leader of men, Raewyn. Allow me to give you a piece of counsel. The same counsel that I once gave my brother when we parted for the last time. He was 33. The great council chose him to mount the Iron Throne. A man, grown with sons of his own, yet in some ways still a boy. Egg had innocence to him, the sweetness we all loved. Kill the boy within you, I told him that day. I took ship for the wall. It takes a man to rule, an Aegon, not egg. Kill the boy, hold the girl. Let the woman be born.
Thank you, Maester Aemon.
Only the gods can tell what will happen now, Raewyn Celtigar. But I fear we're quickly approaching harder times. The cold winds are rising.
Indeed they are.
Indeed they are.
As you leave the common room, you see the men of the Night's Watch arguing in the yard. A group of men gathered around Janos Slynt, shouting loudly. Soon, the shouts turn to violence as one of Janos Slynt's toadies reaches for his sword. The violence is short-lived, however, as a burly man in a big fur cloak quickly knocks the man out. Okay, 5,000 experience. Well, that's something. Not quite enough to level us up, but that's something. Let's see. After that, we are done here in the north. For now. But the shape of things throughout the rest of Westeros is very uncertain. And as we talked about before, Raewyn does still feel very uneasy about this alliance, doing air quotation marks here, with Tywin Lannister. Yes, she wears armor that bears lions. Is she a Lannister though? No, she isn't. She's serving them because the coin is good. And yeah, while they are in power, the coin is going to be very good. But what is that power costing? It's cost a lot so far. We need to rebuild our troops. And it's not going to be exactly easy to do, but we're going to try. So we're going to have to ride around a number of these villages to see who we might be able to get to join our cause, to be part of our roaming band. And we will be going to some of these previously northern towns and seeing if we are able to convince any of them to side with us. But as to whether or not we stay in Westeros, or if we turn our attention to the east, it's tough. We effectively have two choices here. We could continue to serve under Tywin, and there's a good chance that we would be able to invade our home isles and potentially take that location for ourselves. However, in doing that, we are still in the pocket of Tywin. Are we comfortable with being in that pocket? It gets tough. Because part of me wants Raewyn to return out here to the sun, to the east, to the warmth, to be away from it all. But at the same time, she very strongly wants to see her father have comeuppance. And we have a chance to do that, but that chance requires Tywin. And that's not going to be easy. We are going to have to do things that we would not want to do otherwise. It's a very tough decision, and I feel like we might be sacrificing some of our morality to chase that. But I think we're going to, because we have a chance to really stick it to our father. And yeah, I've struggled all week with this. That's why I'm kind of talking about it now. I've struggled all week with what direction we're going to take Raewyn in next, whether or not we are going to become a vassal of Tywin, a vassal of the crown. I think we're going to. And it's certainly not for the better. But right now, the options aren't many. So, we're going to be riding back towards King's Landing, riding to see what we can make of ourselves there. We're going to have to build up our army, we're going to have to strengthen our troops, and we're probably just going to spend an hour in prayer because we don't have a large amount of funds at the moment. As we ride through the neck, some of our troops have earned a fair amount through their training, which is fantastic. We're going to take the plunge, finally, for better or for worse. And while riding to King's Landing, we've seen a massive siege happening here in Harrenhal, which seems to actually be occupied by the Reach currently. So this is the Tyrell and Renly alliance that's currently ongoing, and well, he doesn't seem to have pushed out too far. Most of the borders have stayed very similar, obviously, other than the Riverlands kind of getting crossed a little bit there, and obviously the north really suffering that the wrath of the Lannisters there, but they are still quite split apart. Surprisingly enough though, oh yeah, Dragonstone now occupies Eastwatch by the Sea, and I'm imagining that's because of their efforts that they took over here. Yeah, well, I don't think, Stannis, that we're going to stay on the same side for all that much longer, but because most of the lords seem to be here, there's a good chance that we're going to be able to find Tywin. We just need to see if we are able to actually find him amongst the lot here. We are just going to ask where we might be able to find Tywin Lannister. Currently at King's Landing. Well, isn't that convenient? So we will ride on towards King's Landing. So, as we are close to arriving, you will be able to see that our troops are now at 99, which is actually the maximum number that we can have in our company at any one time. And yeah, we've got a lot and we don't actually have a huge amount of funds, so I'm really looking forward to actually being able to sell off some of the supplies that we have in our inventory, because we're getting towards not having enough to be able to afford them. Thankfully, a lot of our funding is actually paid. It looks like there might be something going on here in King's Landing, perhaps a tournament or something of the like. There is a melee. Well, now we have a chance to really come in and prove ourselves. So we want to try and get rid of a whole heap of things. We're going to be selling off a fair amount of fur. Among the other supplies that we have, the ice pick we don't need to have in our inventory anymore. The long knife I feel like I want to keep just because it looks kind of unique. But yeah, we are going to sell off those furs, and they are going for less than what we actually would want them to go for, but we just need to clear out some of that space. Don't think we're going to use the wildfire in a tournament, but hey, what are you going to do? I also don't think we're going to use the greatsword. I think we're more than likely going to want to have the war mace on hand should we need to. Yeah, I think that could work out. Although I don't see us using the war lance. We could put the greatsword in here. Yeah, give us a few options when it comes to that. And we have funds to bet on ourselves with, which is the most important thing. So, we're going to be joining the melee. And this really gives us a chance to prove ourselves against Tywin, who is actually taking part in this. We can see that Aelin is taking part in this, but yeah, it's mostly made up of other lords from the realm. So we're going to go ahead and place a 500 bet on ourselves. And yeah, I guess we're going to be fighting Tywin first. Interesting. Raewyn, don't pull any punches. Okay, here we go. Looking good there, Tywin. Looking good. Okay. Oh, okay. Oh, good strike, sir. I don't like that. I don't like that one bit. He's actually quite good. Okay. Shield's holding up. Oh, that one stab he got on us was good. Very good. Aelin, well done, sir. Well done. Okay, we're coming up against Lord Philip Plume next. The pressure is real. We're going to see all kinds of amazing armor in this as well, though. That's got me pretty excited. Okay, come on, take a stab, take a stab. I really don't want to trip up now. So we're going to try and avoid that at all costs. Man, that overhead swing is really good. Nice. Good damage, Raewyn. Good damage. Our sword is good enough to do something through all that armor. We're now fighting Roger Risewell. Roger, get ready to get rogered. Okay. Here we go. You look like you're northern. Could very well be. Thank you, good sir. That little tussle, and we have Roger's Sirt. So far, so good. And hey, we're not fighting the Hound. That's a big bonus. Because, as we know, he is ridiculously strong. Yeah, we're kind of outclassing the rest here. We can see that our one-handed skill is now up to 217. Roger Drox. Okay, well, you got lots of crossbows. Let's see if you're rocking one. You are not. Okay. We just need to bait them into getting an attack on us so that we can get that little stun in and slow them down. So far, we are definitely dominating this, but Tywin is also doing really good. If we have a loss here, it's going to be close. I'm really proud of Aelin and how he's doing. Right. Gerald Broom. Okay, I think you're actually the last one we have to fight. So either it's going to be a tie with Tywin, or we're going to take the tournament. Let's go for taking the tournament. Not a lot of damage, but we just need to keep it up. Okay, I'm not going to get greedy. There we go. Good head strike. And I think we did it. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, no, it's carrying on. Of course, we have to face off against Aelin. Alright, my good friend. Let's see how you do. Bring it. I just love that he's gotten as far as he has with that little shield. Oh yeah, he's using the two-handed sword with one hand. It's definitely going to improve his skill. He's actually, yeah, he's not half mad. If we give him good armor, I feel like he could really do some damage. And there we go. The melee has ended. We are undefeated. And oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we got a... Okay, so as we can see, victory is ours. We gain renown, we gain funds. The crowd erupts in applause for the Iron Crab. We are met with one of the young maidens of King's Landing who congratulates us on our victory and hands us our reward, a finely decorated Bravosi blade. In addition to honor and fame, we also earn 200 coins, but moreover, we earn 650, rather 6,500 coins from the clever bets that we placed on ourselves. I am very happy about that. I really want to see what the blade is like. Yeah, that is nice. That is nice. Let's see, where is this thing? Okay, yeah, so obviously it is a thrusting weapon. And a pretty decent thrusting weapon at that. I'm sure we're going to be able to give that to someone amongst our team. But yeah, 9,000 coins. I'm very, very happy with that. And so this is the moment that I think some of you have been dreading, and I have also been dreading, and in turn, Raewyn has been dreading. But now we stand the chance to make a move against our father. And to do that, we are going to require the crown to assist us in that. So, we are going to go to the castle. Oi, control your fists. And we are going to speak with Tywin. It's a very busy court today, it would seem. Very, very busy. And we have Tywin here.
Good to see you again, Raewyn Celtigar. What is it?
My lord, forgive me, but I have come to offer my sword to you in vassalage. I know that you don't always take in new lieges, but I would serve you well, as you know my motives, and I know yours. I believe that we can still serve each other well. Would you accept me?
My lady, you seem to have the makings of a good war leader. For a woman to show such skill is an uncommon thing, but not completely without precedent. Noble women have often taken command of armies after their fathers or husbands were slain, captured, for example. However, I have never heard of a king who granted a fief to a woman, no matter how valorous, simply because he needed an extra vassal. Were I to do such a thing, I would raise eyebrows across the realm. Men would say that I was besotted or bewitched, or that I aimed to overturn the natural order of things. As much as I regret it, I cannot grant you a fief.
What if I was to take one of your enemy's castles by force?
Well, in that case it would be dependent on the circumstances. Might I be inclined to let you keep it? Did you have other questions?
No, I think that clears things up for me. You know my motives. You know my family. You know what I will do. I will help you reign in Dragonstone, reign in Stannis, and in return, I would ask for my family's land. Let's see if he will accept that. I think Nevermind is only other option here. Yeah. Okay.
You were known as a brave warrior and a fine leader of men, Raewyn Celtigar. I would be pleased to accept your sword into my service and bestow vassalage upon you, if you are ready to swear homage to me.
I am ready, my lord.
Good. Then repeat the words of the oath with me. I swear homage to you as the lawful ruler of the Westerlands.
I pledge homage to you as the lawful ruler of the Westerlands.
I will remain as your loyal and devoted follower as long as my breath remains.
I will remain as your loyal and devoted follower as long as my breath remains.
And I will be at your side. I will fight your enemies should you need my sword.
And I will be at your side to fight your enemies should you need my sword.
And finally, I will uphold your lawful claims and those of your legitimate heirs.
Finally, I will uphold your lawful claims and those of your legitimate heirs.
This I swear by all the gods known to man.
This I swear by all the gods known to man.
Very well, you have given me your solid oath, Raewyn Celtigar. May you uphold it always, with proper courage and devotion. Let it be known that from this day forward that you are my sworn follower and vassal. I give you my protection and grant you the right to bear arms in my name. I pledge that I shall not deprive you of your life, liberty, or properties, except by the lawful judgment of your peers or by the law and customs of the land. Furthermore, I have reconsidered, and I have given you the fief of Black Bottom Bend, with all its rents and revenues. You have done a wise thing, Raewyn Celtigar. Serve me well, and I promise you will rise high.
Thank you, my lord. I appreciate your understanding.
And as you can see, we have had some deterioration. I have great hopes for you, Raewyn Celtigar. I know you shall prove yourself worthy of the trust that I have placed in you. Well, there we go. We are now a part of the Westerlands, for better or for worse. Yes, I feel dirty. Yes, I feel wrong. But right now, it feels like it is the right decision. Now, as for where our fief is, it's probably on the outer edge. Oh, it's actually over here. Black Bottom Bend. Right near an old weirwood tree. Well, I think it's only right that we go and visit our fief. So, with us becoming hostile towards some of these other nations, it will have effectively cut off a fair amount of our income. That is a problem. We need to rectify that as soon as possible. That means King's Landing, Duskendale, Maidenpool, and Saltpans really need to become money makers for us. We need to make sure that that happens, and it happens fast. I don't think we have somewhere in King's Landing currently, so before we ride out, I am going to talk to the Guildmaster here and see if there's anything that's worthwhile us giving a go. Unfortunately, after having a look through, all of it's pretty hefty. The only thing that really works for us would actually be making somewhere we're going to dye silks, and it's quite expensive. It's 10,000 coins, which we cannot afford right now. So I think we are going to do a quick little trip to Duskendale, Maidenpool, on our way up towards Black Bottom Bend. Yes, and I believe that we are also aggressive towards them. So there's a good chance that we can encounter some enemy lords while we are riding out here. Ah, interesting. Your fame and popularity has attracted a young nobleman who wishes to join your retinue. We decide to let him join. Interesting. Lord Damon Marbrand sends word that he wishes you to join the new military campaign. You need to bring at least 12 troops. I see. Alright, well, I guess we are going to be reporting for duty, and it's more than likely going to be to Harrenhal. Let's have a look and see exactly where. Yep, Harrenhal. This is going to be the Siege of Harrenhal. Okay, well, we're going to see if we can quickly get away with riding to Duskendale, because it's kind of along the way. We'll see what we can do. We can see that Cracklaw Point is still neutral. I think they might actually be our allies, and we can see that our troops are actually up at 100 now. 100 of 139, so we can have even more under our command. And this is the young nobleman that decided to join us. A wise decision. Yes. Alright, let's see what we're able to do here. Okay, having a look at everything here, honestly, a blacksmith works quite well again. It's just 214, but the investment isn't that severe. So I think we are going to go ahead and put some money in towards it here, just so that we have that constant tick, which is going to help offset things in the future. It's going to be necessary.
And while I would like to go to Maidenpool, I think we are going to be riding straight on towards... Oh, we have a few wars going on here. There is always things going on in the east, but yes, we are going to be riding on towards Harrenhal. And we're riding out towards Harrenhal. We can see that our weekly budget has come in, and we are currently in the negative. That is going to change. We are going to make sure that that does change, but we're not quite there yet. Doesn't look like the siege is actually fully... Oh, no. Speak of the devil. It has begun. And they outnumber them by a lot. But there are some weaker lords there, though, from what we're seeing. We're going to approach the siege camp and... The siege camp. Yeah, that's where we're going. I'm going to see if we can request a meeting with the commander. Let's see. Sir Dennis Plume. We're not looking for you. We're actually looking for someone else. I'm going to go ahead and beg our leave for now. Are you the one that's commanding the siege here? I would have thought that it would have been... Yeah, Damon Marbrand is here. However, we don't seem to be able to have a chat with him. Yeah. Okay, well, I guess we're going to have to talk to him after the battle, as we are going to be joining the assault of Harrenhal, and we are going to stumble and fall. No, we are going to stay further back here because, well, they have a lot more reinforcements, and they can afford to send more up towards here. You can see a few crabs amongst the amongst all the other banners here. And it's not a great position we're attacking from. They obviously have archers that can do some kind of semi-decent damage from up there. I'm going to see if I can do a little bit of number to these troops that have fallen off the side, but I think we're going to have a hard time pushing up and onto here. I don't know if they're going to listen to me, but I am going to just tell them to charge, to try and push their way up there, because really, the sooner they get up on those walls, the better. And we will see if we can help this lot down here. There we go. Our first kill. You're pretty decently armoured. Actually, doing an okay job there. Okay, well, if any others fall off, we'll be sure to, well, try and take them down. This is where having a bow and arrow would be really good in this scenario. However, we don't have that. Something else that could be quite good is our spear. We also don't have that, and I don't think we can, access that unless we go all the way back there. And that's not going to happen. Okay, not bad, team. They are pushing up and onto the wall. We'll see if we can join them with the hordes that are moving up there now. And sieges, for the most part, aren't the most eloquent thing in the world. They are messy. They are usually deadly for the player. We're going to see if we can force our way up onto this wall. More than likely, we're going to try and go for those archers that are up there, because I think the main body of troops are going to push and try and fight this group here. They are fighting back, though. We're kind of walking into a meat grinder right now, which not so sure I'm happy about. Just keep that shield up and into the grinder. Okay. Just try and push through, if we can. Okay, right, we've pushed through. Now, you lot, stay up there. That'll be fine. And we are going to try and fight our way around here. Oh, it's getting messy. It's getting real messy. Okay. We're going to be a bit dirty with our tactics. And yes, it does feel really bad that we're working alongside the Freys. Come on. Oh, wow. Okay. Yeah, we've got a lot of archers over there as well. Let's see if we can clear off the wall. And then we'll deal with them. Those spears aren't going to help you that much. Okay. They're making it. Good. We haven't lost any health yet. It's kind of a miracle. Oh, there we go. There we go. I think we're far enough away that they're not going to be able to get too much on us. Even so, we can't be overzealous in our attack. Oh, there we go. Push through, push through. I'm just worried we're going to have one of them standing behind us and I'm not going to know. Welcome to the grinder. Come on. Gotta push, gotta push. Quite a few of them are paying us no mind at all. Okay. Go for them. I'll take out our friend in here. Try to. Alright, yep, fine. Just run in. Run in if you want. Be great if we could open the gates here as well. I don't think that is going to be interactable. That's fine. That's fine. As long as those crossbowmen up there go down, we should be okay to continue on throughout the rest of Harrenhal. And they have been dealt with. We are on our way down now to the inner bailey of Harrenhal. Let's drop down. Come on then. Oh, last kill goes to Raewyn. Well, how about that? Well, we pushed up with them and we managed to take down the group that were here. We lost 2 in the process, but I think we did pretty well when it came to kills. There were a few ally casualties, 23 in total, but the enemy casualties are a lot higher. We can have a look at the kill count through here. Raewyn with 17 naturally did pretty good. Bloody Walder Frey with 13. That old bastard. Somehow I struggle to believe that, but okay, Walder, sure. Maybe it's a Walder Jr., for all we know. But we were successful in the siege. Let's see amongst this massive group of people here whether or not we actually are going to be able to find who we're looking for. Hey, there we go, Daemon Marbrand. We want to speak with Daemon Marbrand. Thank you. Are you kidding me? Target lost. Did he die? No, he's right here. And the report to him is over. But here we have Lord Daemon Marbrand.
Do I know you?
I'm Raewyn Celtigar, at your service.
I'm Lord Daemon Marbrand, vassal of the Westlands and Lord of Ashmark. I heard you've pledged your allegiance to our Lord Tywin Lannister. Fight against our foes with valor, but also with honor and compassion. A good name is as valuable as a sharp sword or a swift horse in the affairs of arms.
Yes, let's... Oh, I guess we don't have to ask if you have any tasks. I guess that's that. We could suggest an action, which I think we will do eventually. We will suggest perhaps attempting to attack Grimsby and the Claw Isle, but that's something that I think we'd like to try and do ourselves. Harrenhal is back under the control of the Westlands, and Raewyn has a new thief that she's going to need to go and see. The world is changing for Raewyn. She's further now from the nightmares of the north, but back here in the south, things can be just as haunting. She is in a difficult position, now allied, under the rule of Tywin Lannister, not just an employer. The chance for betrayal is higher than ever, but too, the opportunity to strike out against her father is greater than ever. And whether or not that is something she will be able to accomplish is something that will have to wait until the future.
Now, a vassal of the lion, the crab would have to be cautious of the claws. When one rises, another falls. And now serving Lord Tywin Lannister, Raewyn was about to step on many toes.
And to wrap up today's episode, I'm very happy to announce that in celebration of Akira reaching 100 episodes, I have commissioned some art of her doing what she does best, slaying some damn ghouls. You might be able to tell what my inspiration was for this image, and I'm very happy how our gal has turned out. As you can see, the artwork is available in a number of different styles, and even on products we didn't have availability to print on in the past. So be sure to check out ryconroleplays.com/store. Our boy Leonidas is still available as well, and now available in even more styles. And finally, I'd like to extend a great big thank you to our Legion on Patreon, who continue to make this content possible.